Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Altcoin Mentors YouTube channel. My name is Peter, and today I'm going to be giving you an update on our 2K 5X challenge, where I, a seasoned trader of over 25 years trading futures and Forex, try to turn $2,000 into $10,000 trading Bitcoin long and short on BitMEX, but not using any leverage, just going pretty much just one for one almost on BitMEX. Our main goal here at Altcoin Mentors is to help as many people as possible achieve their goal of financial freedom. We believe trading cryptocurrencies is an opportunity of a lifetime. By the end of this video, you should have a better understanding of how I trade and where the Bitcoin market is going in the near-term and long-term future. If you like our videos, please follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. We also have a model portfolio so you can track our positions and progress for this challenge. The link is down below. If you'd like to be notified of our latest videos, please hit the bell button. All right, so let's start off. This is our spreadsheet. The link is down below. As you can see, I started this challenge off on April 24th when Bitcoin was at 9,300. Currently, it's at 7,257. It's down 22%. I am currently up 205%. Woohoo! So that is 3x. So you can see the steady climb up, starting at 2,000 at the end of April and just going a little bit higher. Had a couple of dips, but basically the trend for my direction is definitely up. So what was the biggest change, right? The biggest change for me was in this little zone here around the end of May and in June, because I hadn't had a chance to trade BitMEX and see what the volatility levels are, see the spikes. Usually when I trade futures and Forex, I go both ways all the time, long and short. I could even do that in the same day, right? So if you look at my results here, if you look at the number of trades, that's exactly what I did in the beginning, right? So in April and in May, I went long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. I was flipping, right? So my results were okay. But I had very small winners, a couple of small winners, small losers, but I also had a couple of big losers and not as many big winners. So I was seeing my results as being very, very choppy, right? So I just had to get used to what the market was doing. And then what I decided to do was look at my performance and see where my results were lacking, right? And basically what it was that, it's just the old adage, the trend is your friend. So basically what I decided to do was at the end of May, right, starting in beginning of June, I decided to only trade one direction, which is the direction of where our medium-term trend was. And ever since I started doing that, my performance went up dramatically. So let's talk about that. So talk about our charts and what happened here. So as you can see here, starting if you look at it here in May, I used to go long, short, short, long. Things would flip over and over and over again. And then starting in June, you can see it. I'm just going short, 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 long, 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 short, short. And my last three trades have been long. So why have I been going long? So let's look at what I tweeted out on last Monday. I said, good morning, everyone. The weekend was very mild, except for some alts taking flight. Bitcoin did not, but the AM, which is our Altcoin Mentors wave trend, turned positive on the medium term. So I'll be looking for a long entry. Trade well, and let's have a great week ahead. And I think that's exactly what happened. So my first trade here, so that was on the 27th, right? So I said that over the weekend, the trend had changed. So why did the trend change? So the trend changed because it basically just stalled for a long time. So it didn't really go any lower. It went low, 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 bounced off of 6,000, major support, went sideways. And what that did was that because there wasn't any selling pressure, the trend had dramatically changed. And so now the pressure was to the upside. There's more buyers than sellers. And that's basically what trading is all about. And so that's why I always keep this idea up that higher highs and higher lows equals a positive direction. Because that's really what happens. So how do we know that the trend is down? We have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And so how do we know we have a positive direction? Because now we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This was a little bit confusing here. That's why I waited for this day. And then once we had this higher low over here, I'm expecting a higher high, higher low. Now we have a higher high, and I'm expecting once again a higher low. If it doesn't create a higher low and it makes a new lower low, then the trend might change back. So we'll see what happens. So let's look at the trades that I made here. So this was 6,700, which was at medium term resistance. So as you can see here, this was what happened when BitMEX went down for a little bit for maintenance. It went up, it came right back down, and then kind of stalled around here at 6,700. Trend changed. I took a long signal right up here because, as a lot of you know, if you've been following me, this is what I like. One of my favorite things is for it to break. Sorry, where's the brush? For it to break, retest, and then go higher. And that's basically what I'm looking forward to do. So here on this one, number one, so I'm showing you the steps that I took. So I entered a long position over here. So let's look at it. So I have 3 longs. Right, I entered at 67.19, took a profit. My target was 7,200, took a profit at 69.66. My next long was this one, 68.90. My exit was a little bit too quick over here. Very, very small profit at 69.38. I think I could have managed a little bit better. This really should be 2 trades, but I wasn't so sure. This is the beginning of a trend, and then so I wanted to be a little bit more careful. So erring on the side of caution. And that's really what I did, was because taking a small winner or a small loser, right? Taking small losers can kind of deflate you, because you take too many small losers, like little tiny little cuts, and you just bleed, hemorrhage, right? Slowly and slowly and slowly. So I decided I'd rather take a small winner versus a small loser. I was definitely wrong on that one. Because when I re-entered, I had to enter in at a higher price. But luckily, though, that's why I started trading with the trend. Because if you do this, if you just trade with the trend, what ends up happening is that you can get away with mistakes like that. Because you can get lucky, right? Like I did. Because it didn't go down that much. It went a little bit higher. And then since I was riding the trend to the upside, it went a little bit higher. And then I made a little bit more money. So let's look at it here. So I entered at one here at 67.14, a little bit higher. This was my target zone up to the top. If you watch my video on Thursday on our weekly technical analysis, I talk about if this trade, as it was coming down here, right? So I exited here because this was my target area, 72.50. So I took my first profit over here as it was coming down. What I said was, in a perfect world, it would come down to about 67.50. And then my target would be 72.50. So it came very, very close. It came to 6,800 on Bitcoin. It went all the way down, bounced back up. I took this trade over here. I exited a little bit too quick, right over here, because this was my previous exit up to the top. It bounced off. And then here, the thing is, you don't know. Is this going to be a is this just a little curl, or this might be a wave, down? So because of that, I took a small little profit because you don't know. So now this is a lower high, but this is a higher low. But once this confirms up to the upside, then it goes a little bit higher. That's exactly what I did. So what I did was, it went a little bit higher, kind of stalled at where I had gotten out before. I took a small profit, and then once it created a new higher low, right? And it created a new higher high up here. I waited for color change here, right? So let's look at that, little zoom in here, right? So I'll explain what I did here. So entered up here, because this is the top of the range. So where do I get the top of the range from? So top of the range is from here. This was the range that we were stuck in for a long time. I talked about it before. So with the top of the range here, which I figured to be about support. So that's where I go in. It comes back up here. I get a little bit nervous. This is with the exit point over here. Might be a little bit more of a resistance zone. Comes down. Now we have a new higher low. We have a higher high. And now what I'm looking for is a color change to the downside, and then a fail, because it's basically what it looks like over here. Because then it looks like a mini zigzag up. It looks like it goes, it tests it, and then it goes back to the upside. And that's what this little candle kind of looks like, just like it does over here. So it goes up, comes down, retests. So same thing here. It goes up, it goes down, a retest over here, curl down, and then goes a little bit higher. So I got in on 5. it hit my area here into my target zone, almost smack dab at 72.65 where my yellow line is, and then started coming back down, and then I took profits. I missed this move last night because I went to bed. So that's my trading style. If you've been following me for a while, you kind of know, you should know this by now. So same thing with support and resistance. I don't change the lines. This line here has been here for a long time. So this is, even though I call it a target zone, why is it a target zone? Because it's support and resistance. So it was over here and it was over here. And now my next target here on the dailies. Right, so now that we're here at 72.65, right, my next target, if it doesn't curl back down, is 7,700. Major resistance over here. If it goes over there, I'm hoping that it tests 8,400, which was our last top here. And this is where it needs to really go higher, because this is where it needed to go higher before. So as it broke down, it went up to 11.8. It tested support 9,400. It went back up to 11.8, and then it failed. Double top. Started going back down. Started staging for a while. It went a little bit higher, which was great, but it hit 10,000. Didn't make a new higher high. Now we have a lower high. Now we have a lower low. This is a lower high up. We have a same low, which is very positive, right? But this little wave is going to be our most important wave over here, because if it fails to create a new higher high and it creates a new lower high, then there's a possibility that it might create a new lower low to the bottom, which would take us all the way down to about 4,500. So, but in the short term, I am looking for a signal to the upside. It's going down a little bit now. I'm waiting for a signal to go to the upside. My target will be 7,700. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like our videos, please share it with your friends and other crypto traders. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. If you have any questions, please ask away in the comment section below. We do a very good job of answering all of our comments and questions right away. Thank you again for watching, and see you in our next video.